What's up, guys? Welcome to another TalkingBull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. We're here to bring you your weekly nerd news as well as talk some bull. So, starting off with, I think I'm going to start with this because it's really funny. MoviePass couldn't afford to pay for tickets on Thursday because it ran out of money and had to borrow $6.2 million to pay for tickets.
I seen a tweet yesterday or last night after we were talking about it, and the tweet was from MoviePass saying, like, everything's okay now, you go back to using the service.
Yeah, everything's okay now because they borrowed $6.2 million.
That still doesn't add up. I know we were getting into it yesterday about
we were.
the viability of how this company works. And I was saying, like, maybe if you had more viewers, like more subscribers, it could turn a profit.
Yeah.
But they obviously don't have enough subscribers
No.
to make that happen. Based on the value of that, you can see from our understanding, it's like $10 or $12 a month, and you can see one movie every day.
And you
really
can't
want to.
And you can't see the big releases when they first come out because they're all locked to whatever. Yeah. So in reality,
so yesterday Mission Impossible opened.
Yeah.
Can't see it yesterday.
No.
But next Friday I could go see it, and I could see it every day for a month.
Yeah.
And they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
For the $12 that I gave them.
Yeah. Again, totally financially viable. It's just like most people don't go to the movies. We've seen the numbers and we've talked about them before for the box office. Like most people don't go to the movies. Mm-hmm. So I don't think enticing them with like this ticket movie pass thing is even relevant.
No,
like if you want to see Mission Impossible, you'll go see it. If you don't, you won't go see it. Like even if like it's just it seems so stupid. It's not enticing for people to be like...
I don't think it's necessarily always the money, too. It's just the time. So if I wanted to go see it, it's not like I don't want to spend the fucking $15 to go see it. It's like the time to go see it.
Yeah.
You know, the availability to go see it. So, yeah, like I'm not going to go because I don't have the time to fucking go.
Yeah, it's stupid. I just thought it was really funny. They had to borrow money and like... They're like, oh, yeah, we're fine now. I'm like, you're not fine. You had to borrow $6.2 million to pay for your service. You're not fine. You have a serious fucking crippling issue of no money, no base, and no way to expand it. So you're not fine. It's like that one meme, the dog on fire sipping his tea. Oh, so, he's like, this is fine. That's MoviePass right now. Everything's fine. It's totally cool. They're screwed, basically.
So is that like movies?
Yeah, we'll stay in that, and then we'll deep dive into that after. So Sony has picked up a Rumpelstiltskin movie with Peter Dinklage attached to star in it. They're in the early development stages of the movie.
I wonder what style they're going for. Like, are they going for like it says Brothers Grimm fairy tales?
It's going to be like a contemporary tale, kind of like set now. But yeah, you know it's gonna be.
Like you don't know that.
Oh fuck no! I have no fucking clue.
I didn't know. I didn't read the article.
No. There's nothing like it. Just says what the thing is at the early stage. There's no idea. He's set to produce as well as star in it. But my guess is it's
modern day.
Yeah, modern day where he might be he'll still be Rumpelstiltskin, but like the same character, but like now he's in the modern era and he'll try to teach you a lesson. Blah blah blah.
I'm hoping not.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better if it was like PG-13 and like
dark as fuck because that's what the Brothers Grimm fairy tales are. They're dark fairy tales. Yeah. They're like the ones that have been modded by like your Disneys and your like Universals to whatever to appeal to kids or whatever. Like that's not like all initial fairy tales are like dark, gruesome tales. Mm-hmm. They're fucking terrifying but awesome, and that's
dark hairy tales.
Yeah. Dark hairy tales. That's exactly like what they are, and I would rather see that than anything else, even if it's not contemporary, whatever, one or the other. I don't care, but that's cool. Is that? I'm just reading something. It said Matt Smith, and it said Circle of Confusion's Matt Smith. Is that? Matt Smith,
I think I've seen the name before, and there's like a producer too, not a doctor. I think there's a producer also named Matt.
Yeah. Okay. When I Google that, it gives me the like scientific thing of an optical spot created by cones.
Oh,
and
well,
I'm like,
add Matt Smith to it.
I'm like, I'm sure that's not what they meant. I just wanted to see if it would give me like
the movie list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click on that.
I don't want to go to IMDb Pro.
Scroll down a little bit.
I'm just reading the thing here.
Go full cast. Up. Oh.
It stars 2 people.
But it wasn't listed as the producers.
Nope. Oh, this is whatever. Anyways.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the doctors, Tennant was cast in a Rooster Teeth animated production called Genlock or something.
I seen it on Twitter.
But I'm like, it's cool to see Rooster Teeth. We were talking about this a few weeks ago, like branching out into bigger productions other than just their own and getting stars attached. Like David Tennant, that's a big star.
Yeah.
Like to get stuff like that attached to any of their properties is kind of cool because it is them branching out into like not just their little niche of being in Rooster Teeth, but to like becoming. I'm trying to think of a company that like would have been a small company like that then branched out into like big things, but I can't think of one right now.
I don't know. Any of them, I suppose they all start small at some point.
Yeah, that's true. And then this is interesting because this movie's been floating around for a while, right? So Netflix acquires Andy Sudeikis' directed Mowgli from Warner Brothers. So basically, this movie that's been around for a while, I guess Netflix acquired the rights, the worldwide rights for Mowgli, and they're going to put it on the streaming service on Netflix instead of releasing it theatrically, but they're also releasing it theatrically 3D because it was initially filmed in 3D. Mm-hmm. But this is kind of crazy because this is a big movie.
It's a big thing for Warner Brothers to like dump. They must have got paid a good chunk of their money. Back, you know, like from Netflix.
Especially like you're looking at the cast. It's like it's Bale, it's Blanchett, and Cumberbatch, and it's like Naomi Harris as well. It's like this is a big list of stars that they just dumped this movie. It's got to be weird. They must have saw like in the numbers that this movie wasn't going to do as well for them as they thought.
Somewhere in there, I said the film would scroll down maybe a little bit more. And buying the rights, Netflix gets. I don't remember. Somewhere I said they just were having a hard time of where to place it on the calendar, where it could do well, because of conflicting movies from other studios. You know, like. So it was reported, like, it was going to come out October 19th of this year. But one of the comments was, like, they were just having a hard time to
It's kind of right here. They're in a race with Disney, and they're not sure. They keep trying to beat Disney, and they're not sure where to place this movie, so that would beat Disney. It
doesn't fit into your... It's somewhere in there it said not fitting into your quarterly film slots. So like, you got these movies that come out at the start of the year, you got your summer movies, you got your end movies, and you got your, you know... So, but yeah, it's been floating around for a couple of years. Because, like, at one point, this was supposed to, I think, come out just before or right after the other Jungle
October seems like a good place to release this anyways.
Yeah, you'd think, because it's a dead month, and there's nothing in September, there's nothing in November.
That are, like, May. Right before the kickoff of the summer blockbusters, but, like, not in the middle of the summer blockbusters. They must
have just got a sweet bill from Netflix.
That must have. Because, like, I could see this doing... Not like gangbusters, but relatively all right for a movie of this caliber. Like, you have a good cast, and like Bale's still a bankable star. Blanchett, Cumberbatch is hugely bankable right now. So it's just,
but they're voices, you know, so they're not always. It's hard to put like
that's
you
true.
Put a tiger on the thing, and you don't know that it's Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah. Well, if you market it correctly,
you know, right. But you put his name on
this
it.
This is a big thing for Netflix. Like, this is a big ass movie to put out. Like, they'll still do their like their numbers are weird because they don't release them, but all the third parties do. Like, that's how we knew about the Suicide Show.
13 Reasons.
That's it. It did like astronomically well. Like all those shows, like you see the this will do really well for Netflix. May even get them a little bit of subscription numbers. People who are like, I want to see this movie. I'll watch this movie. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You sold me. Yay. To no fucking surprise to myself, Spider-Man spinoff Silver and Black reportedly stuck in development.
the director left to go do another project.
That's how you know this movie's fucked. Your director's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, he went. Yeah, he left to go do Image comic series, The Old Guardian.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's that movie's being fast tracked. Well, this one is
like there's a movie that we need before this one.
No.
But yeah, so he's gonna go do that, and then obviously the talk is like he'd come back. But
yeah.
Like, that's gonna be another couple of years.
Oh yeah, this movie's not going anywhere. There's 2 movies you're not seeing, Gambit and this one. I'm changing my list. Because now you're gonna see Shazam.
You will see it.
But I was really close to like that was really close.
You thought that was for sure never happening.
Well, because they were supposed to shoot in a week and no one was in it. The guy was taping pop cans. Speaking of movies that are coming out, you know what comes out soon? Not X-Men.
Oh, what's it? Dark Minds?
Yeah, Dark Minds comes out soon. Yeah, I saw a trailer for right before I was watching something on YouTube. I'm like, that's a movie. Yeah. It's so fucking stupid.
It's not X-Men.
Not X-Men is
opening soon.
Yeah. Oh man, that's I think the 10th. So that's interesting. This is big news. I totally forgot it was on here. Disney and Fox sold. They're together. They're now one. For all intensive purposes, the deal seems like it's 100% through. 99% of the Disney shareholders agreed to the vote. There was one guy who was like, "We're overpaying for this."
Probably.
No, that's what it is. There was one guy that says, "We're paying too much for this," and everyone else went, "Shut up! We're getting money." They are overpaying for it, but like.
Well, they are now because they.
Yeah. In the long run, though, like you'll be fine. Put out one Marvel movie, you'll make it all. But yeah, it's kind of cool. We'll see what Disney does with all the properties they're gonna get. That's what I'm intrigued about. Not even the Marvel stuff, just everything. Mm-hmm. Like, what are they going to do? This doesn't affect movies that are either coming out now or in the next like year to 6 months. Long term, like movies that we've kind of heard about and TV shows and all that stuff. That's all under 20th Century Fox. Mm-hmm. What happens to that stuff now? Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Everything on TV as well is probably safe for this season, maybe even the next. Yeah, but I am very curious to see where this goes and what happens. And like it's streaming service now that they have this. Like this is big. Also, it sucks because like what was it? 5,000 people lost their jobs. Mm-hmm. That's shitty. I feel bad for those people. Like obviously that was bound to happen because you now have 2 studios with the same jobs across multiple fucking departments. You don't need 2 heads of art development, principal photography, whatever. That sucks. But I'm intrigued to see what they do. Apparently, according to some things, who's in charge of Marvel's studio stuff? Is it Feige?
It's him or it's that other guy.
Either one of them. Apparently, they don't have any immediate plans for like the X-Men or the Fantastic Four. Their big ones are Galactus and Silver Surfer, which, if you think about where the Marvel movies were kind of gearing towards, makes sense. And I would love to see a Galactus. Not a fucking purple cloud, but Galactus. I mean, Silver Surfer looked cool. Yeah. Like you can't. I say this, you can't fuck that up, but we know you can fuck that up because you can fuck up anything. Mm-hmm. Just ask how they fucked up lots of things. The Fantastic Four. Speaking of terrible movies, New Mutants and Dark Phoenix. Yeah. 2. I'm gonna say wild cards at this point because like. So there's numerous reports out that they're going to get shit canned, they're not going to get shit canned, but they're very much stuck in this like what is going to happen to these movies. Because at this point
I've said it before, you can find it somewhere in here that like there's a chance these movies won't come out.
100%. But knowing what I've read about the New Mutants and if it's 100% true, I
If it's 10% true.
want to see this train wreck because we have watched the train wreck that is fantastic. Fanforstic?
Fanforstic, yeah.
Apparently, this is a new thing.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not interested in talking about that.
And I'm just like, did he really have this whole fucking mantra of what he wanted to be? Because it just seemed like he wanted to be at that, but he's bad at it.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Paul Walker documentary, but neither of us care enough to talk about it, but it's popping up on 5 different screens right now. What is this? The fucking Freaks and Geeks fucking poster for this?
It looks horrible.
It looks really bad. This looks like James fucking Franco.
Mm-hmm.
This is Andy Serkis. You got Mila Kunis over here, that chick from Game of Thrones, and the kid from Hanson.
Little brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna save this image so you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll throw it in here later, but I'll put it right here. But it's really funny because I'm a dick. All right, so the New Mutants and Dark Phoenix, both movies look like they're gonna suck. Both kind of stuck. Both technically done, but not really. Mm-hmm. They're really weird. So this article came out the other day on various platforms, and it's a whole like kind of deep dive into like this guy has this rumor. He's pretty well knowledged of stuff that is and isn't coming out, but then there's been multiple reports contradicting this. But I want to talk about it because it looks like it was a really good read to just say what was going on with both movies. So we'll start off. The original plan for the New Mutants, it starts off with, was an R-rated adventure focusing on a handful of mutants as they adjust to life within the X-Mansion. It was supposed to follow in this like the Deadpool franchise and just be good and focus on their typical teenage shenanigans, showing a different side of the X-Men home from the student's perspective. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that sounds good. Like yeah. it's the next class of X-Men that people know and like. And the New Mutants are a big property within Marvel, and you don't have to use the other cast. You can make your own stories, and you're not set within the terrible X-Men continuity. You just have students at a school. And if it's set kind of in the Deadpool universe, they already have kind of set like their X-Men tone. And then it would serve as an introduction to the characters, and the sequel would have been a little darker. It would have kicked off the team escaping, blah, blah, blah. And then basically what happened was the director came in that they hired, and he was like, fuck that, I want to make a horror movie with these characters. And everyone went, okay, why? This makes no fucking sense. They said yes. Yeah, that's what baffles my mind.
They said, okay, I guess.
Yeah. And they just wanted to make this movie, I guess. And it just seems odd that they were...
line. So it said that the director, Josh Boone, stepped in and offered the studio a totally different take on the New Mutants. The filmmaker reportedly has little to no interest in comic books. And simply just wanted to make a horror movie using these characters. And I'm like, little to no interest in comic books.
This is what baffles me now. We now have...
You can't allow that
writers
anymore.
And directors who are very passionate about these characters and want to make these characters. You know, like your James Gunn's and whatnot. He wants to make movies, but he's not allowed to anymore. There's your news on James Gunn. It just seems odd that you would hire someone who was like, I don't want to make a superhero movie. To make your superhero movie. Yeah. You have very little characters to work with. Why fuck up the ones you haven't already fucked up? You fucked up the X-Men. You fucked up the first class of X-Men. You fucked up the Fantastic Four. The only character you haven't fucked up is Deadpool, and that's because Ryan Reynolds won't let you. Mm-hmm. It just seems very odd that they were like, go for it.
It doesn't seem odd because they fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
so it makes complete sense.
To me, it seems odd because you're stupid.
Yeah, but
this is why you had to sell your company.
On the outside looking in, you're like, it makes complete sense because your track record proves you've done the exact thing.
Yeah, and then I guess there's something about this demon bear that I don't really know who it is. But this guy was supposed to be the main guy, and now apparently he's not. So it's
supposed to be the main antagonist. Yeah, his role was cut to just a minor set action scene.
And apparently, so the next thing is it talks about they did some screen testings, and they were horrible. So they went back and tried to fix a whole bunch of shit because it was awful. And I'm like, this is what you get for trying to fit characters into a mold they're not supposed to fit into. Mm-hmm. No wonder this looks like shit. And then
they tried. Then they did the reshoots. I guess there's an idea that they possibly introduced Logan's X-23 into those reshoots.
But then they don't have faith for her as a full character because she's a young actress.
Yeah.
They don't think they can fill the role with her. Mm-hmm. And then there was supposed to be a subplot about Colossus trying to find his sister who's in the New Mutants. And then they cut that. And it's like, the fuck? And then apparently, because... This is where I was a little iffy on this, because like how much say did they really have? But I guess if they were already in talks and kind of already knew what was going on. So basically it says that Disney was apparently starting to get a little more involved because they are going to buy the studio, and technically these movies would affect them later on, even though you could just scrap them after they came out and ignored them. But if you were going to keep them, I think we've said this before, they might have tried to keep the New Mutants.
Deadpool, the idea that they're going to keep Deadpool.
100%, they were going to keep Deadpool.
Build this now,
that's what we said this before. Yeah, this is what we said about the New Mutants. If this movie did well, which we didn't think it would, they could build upon it as a base and just keep going because now they own anything anyways. Yeah. Apparently, Disney was like, nah, this movie sucks. What are you doing?
It's as bad as 2015's Fantastic Four stick.
Yeah. I want to see this movie now. Not because it's like the New Mutants, because I want to see this train wreck of a disaster that this movie is. They've spent millions of dollars on reshoot and post-production trying to fit this movie. At this point, it looks like it's going to be 3 different movies cobbled together, which, as we know, works out great.
It's a great movie, i.e. Justice League.
And then, so, there's also an update on Dark Phoenix, which, at this point...
Isn't any better
shape. Yeah. It's...
Like, that was supposed to... if I'm not mistaken, Dark Phoenix was not supposed to come out, like, in February?
Yeah, Dark Phoenix was already supposed to have been out. It's been delayed. It's
twice.
Production, as far as I know, is done, yet we have not seen...
Well, there's reports, this was an update, where it says... Dark Phoenix is reportedly scheduled for reshoots in Montreal next month.
Yeah.
As in August.
So
they're doing more reshoots, because didn't they already do reshoots?
Yeah, they did. They did reshoots. Because the last time we talked about this, it was reshoots. Yeah.
Reshoots. So now they're doing more reshoots.
And it's just like, what are you trying to fix? Like, these movies either are going to suck or don't bother with them. And at this point... Disney could just cancel both and be like, fuck it, and cut their losses because it's not their losses anymore at this point. And honestly, at this point, I'd rather them keep both because I want to see them. You've already technically finished these movies, and if they're going to reshoots next month, they'll be reshooting it. They'll have to add some production level, which you assume would get them to what, October? To do effects, maybe November.
I think Phoenix is supposed to come out in February of next year.
Yeah, so...
February 19th.
Yeah, so if you're going to do that, you could still release it theoretically. I would just, at this point, you might as well put it out, try to make some money, bury little, and just go with it.
No, at this point, you do like Mowgli. You offer it to Netflix, you get a couple million for it, maybe $50 million, whatever they fucking do, and just try to make some money.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not going to make a shit ton of money in the theater.
No. And, Dark Phoenix had a better chance at making money than New Mutants did, but now they're just both fucked.
Yeah.
I want to see them, though. I want to see them. And then there was, an update that's saying, no, they're not both canceled, this is wrong, blah, blah, blah. But at this point,
the updates were no, they haven't been canceled. And that's what kind of bothered me is, the report didn't say they were canceled. The report said that they could be canceled.
They're 65% at this point. Hang on, I'm off the screen. 65% chance of being canceled. And then there was updates on certain character. Gambit's not happening at this point. Psylocke was supposed to be in Dark Phoenix, but they cut her. Mr. Sinister was supposed to be part of New Mutants, but he got cut. They think they might save him for the X-Force. Then there was an update on the X-Force that it could be called Deadpool 3 X-Force, which, makes sense to...
Where they've been going.
Yeah, where they've been going. And to get, you'll have a better chance of selling the movie as a Deadpool movie with the X-Force in it than you will just the X-Force.
Yeah. It just sounds like you're making a new...
X-Men title, which, yeah. And then Warlock was supposed to be in it, who looks like a cool character, but then, he looks like crap, apparently, and... Yeah, everybody looks like crap. And then, yeah, no one knows what these movies are doing. The only one at this point I have any faith in seeing that might be decent is X-Force. with Deadpool.
If
they keep it. And then the article goes on to say that, like, if it was a Deadpool movie, it would be the last Deadpool movie, which I do not believe. Like, they might retool Deadpool a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think they'll touch him. They might keep him away from everyone else, but I don't think they'll stop making these movies. The last movie did better than the first movie. Like, you're not going to just be like, you know what? We're done.
Yeah. I don't know.
Especially now. They don't have that other movie. We don't know what's going on with that other one. Guardians 3.
They'll just get someone else to direct it.
Yeah, but will it be as well received and done as the last movie?
We talked about it. They could literally make anything and it will make money now, right? Like,
I guess, but...
Long gone are the days of Thor: The Dark World.
God, that movie's awful. And Iron Man 3. By the way, anyone out here who thinks Iron Man 3 is a good movie, you're an idiot. I've said it. Also, if you think The Dark Knight Rises is a good movie, you're an idiot. It's not a good movie. It's not a good comic book movie. It's a piece of crap with plot holes the size of Wisconsin. It's so bad. That, to me, the Dark Knight trilogy is 2 movies. that other movie doesn't even exist. I think that's all I had for movies. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so, speaking, we'll stay on the Disney train. They announced Lady and the Tramp live action for their streaming service, starring Justin Theroux? Theroux?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's he in? I know the name,
like TV.
but I've never. I don't. Yeah,
show.
I can't think of anything he's in.
I might mention it in here.
The Leftovers.
Nah, he has like a. It says voice.
Yeah, he's doing a voice. I'm assuming he's playing the dog.
Yeah.
He's married to Jennifer Aniston at one point. He was in Charlie's Angels Full Throttled, The Spy Who Dumped Me. He was in The Last Jedi, Mulholland Drive. I want to see this movie, by the way. The Spy Who Dumped Me.
Oh, yeah.
That movie, it's Mila Kunis and the one funny chick from the Ghostbusters movie. And they're basically like, she's dating a spy but doesn't know he's a spy, and then they go on an adventure.
Oh,
yeah. It looks very stupid but very funny at the same time. He's kind of been in everything. Oh, he was in Zoolander.
Yeah, a TV
thing that never came to light. Okay, that's weird. I didn't even know that existed. He was in Call of Duty. He's kind of just one of those guys who is like in everything. He was one of the writers on Tropic Thunder. He was one of the writers for Iron Man 2.
Yes.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I think, you know what? I think I knew that. Writer for Rocket. Oh, he does a lot of stuff. Good for him. Good for a Master Codebreaker. The Last Jedi. I gotta watch that movie again.
Master Codebreaker? I thought the Master Codebreaker was Del Toro.
I think there was a fake one and a real one. I'm trying to think. It's McKinnon. Kate McKinnon.
Oh, okay.
It looks funny. But like it might be one of those ones that where it's the trailer makes it funny, but not really. There's a part in the trailer where they have to try and swallow the hard drive so the bad guys can't get it, or like the little thumbstick, but they can't. It looks funny. Lock and Key has been ordered by Netflix, and it's like it was straight to series, basically an order. So this show has been in it's one of those shows that has been like picked up by various things and then picked up. So originally Fox was trying to get it. They ordered a pilot, and then Hulu tried to do it, and then they couldn't do it. And then Netflix came in and they were like, we got this. And I'm like, I've heard of this book. I've heard of them trying to do it, but I have no fucking clue what this is. So Lock and Key, basically, it centers around Key House, a supernatural location with many doors that have mystical properties. There are various keys used to open the doors and harness the various abilities and the powers they bestow. The Locke family returns to the house built by one of their ancestors after their father's death. They come into conflict with a demon who attempts to attain the keys and wreak havoc on the real world. That sounds fucking cool. Basically, they're like trying to get powers and shit to stop the demon who's also trying to get powers and shit.
Yeah.
But it's all within locks and keys and shit. I'm like, that sounds fucking cool. Hopefully, it's good. Like, Netflix has a pretty good track record. I can honestly say, like, I don't think I've watched something on Netflix that has been, like, awful. It's either, like, okay or good. I can't think of anything that's been, like, god-awful garbage.
Yeah.
You know what's god-awful garbage? That Hercules movie. I thought of that when I thought of, like, things that were on Netflix, because I think we watched it off there. The one with The Rock.
Oh, that one is... But that's not, like, original.
No, it's just... I was trying to think if that was a Netflix movie, but it was just...
I don't know how we watched it. I think...
I thought we watched it on there. It's really...
horrible.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was renewed for a second season. Before it even premiered, which is kind of weird, but not really considering it's the Turtles, and I'm not surprised. Like, the last season, the series they did, every time a new episode came out, they announced a new season, so I'm not surprised by that. I will check it out when it comes out. They renewed a bunch of other shit on Nickelodeon, but I don't watch anything on there, so I said fuck it, and I don't think anyone else cares either. But at least I know I'm getting some Turtles. As much as I don't like certain things that they do with the Turtles, I'd rather have them stay... Like, I don't like it, but other people do. So it's good that they get more of that, as opposed to just one, and they're like, let's reboot it. Like, they just finished 8 seasons of the other series, and then they were like, okay, we're going to reboot it now. And I'm like, that seems really fucking fast.
Why did you stop the last
Yeah.
one? Because they want new toys.
Yeah, basically. 100%. 100%. Jersey Shore Family Vacation Season 2 premiere date of August 23rd. So, like, in the next few weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Still gotta finish Season 1.
Yeah, we'll finish, what, half of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta watch more of that.
I think there's about three left or something.
Yeah, it's awesome. 4 of the top... It's one of their top shows right now. It's number 1 as a thing. Oh, whoops, I just read a spoiler.
Yeah, me too, I think.
Fuck! Oh, well. It's still fun to see this train wreck. But
I know. It's
they brought it back, and everyone was skeptical. Like, are they going to be good? And it was good. It's going to be a 2-hour premiere. I cannot wait to watch more of this. You think these people would do... No, you can't. You think these people would be better in life, but they're not.
No.
They are the exact same people.
They're a little better.
Some of them are a lot better. I'm sorry, I'll give you credit for that. Some of you have grown up and been better.
Matured,
yeah,
you're better. But then there are others who haven't changed at all.
No,
and it's still even the ones that haven't changed though is enough to rattle everything up and keep the show going.
Yep.
So thank you for not changing.
Thank you for being train wrecks. We appreciate you.
Because if everyone changed, the show would be boring.
No, it would be my life sad.
Yeah, you'd be sitting there talking about like whatever, like day-to-day shit. Right?
Yeah. Altered Carbon has announced a season 2 for Netflix, and big change. They announced that Anthony Mackie will be taking over the lead role for season 2. I watched Altered Carbon. I really enjoyed it. And then I've
never heard of it.
I found it's on Netflix. It's a really good show. I found out that the lead character signed on to another show before they kind of started the Netflix or finished doing like the special effects for the Netflix show. Mm-hmm. So everyone was like, how are we going to bring the main actor back? But when in the premise of the show is like they can change bodies. So that, and like even the lead character does it at the beginning of the show, change his body into the main character that you see.
Yeah.
So this is just him as another thing.
It's like
but
Doctor.
Yeah. And that's how I kind of like, okay, I can deal with this. Like I like the show. I want to see where it goes. And because I've watched Doctor Who, I'm used to characters just being like, hey, we're new.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird though to have a show where your main character switches to another one. It's weird.
You just said it's not weird though. You watch Doctor Who.
It isn't weird, but also at the same time it's weird. You're used to a certain character, how they act, how they interact with everyone around them. The difference with Doctor Who is they dump everyone for for the most part.
Not always. It's like season 1 to season 2. Literally, Chris was there. He said, "Fuck you, I'm out." They brought in David. David was with the same cast.
I think that was more of a budgetary maybe thing and set within like, we did 1 season of this, we already have all this other shit.
Yeah, but they still kept everyone else.
But but when they dumped, when Tennant left, they completely switched over. And then
But then Matt and Peter kept the same. Like they had a bar on.
I guess, but anyways, my point was it's weird, but not weird if you've seen it. Mm-hmm. But again, not everyone has. Not everyone can watch a fucking completely British as fuck show. Like, you have to, like, you can enjoy Doctor Who, but like sometimes you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? What did he just say? Like, I need fucking closed captioning, and then closed captioning explaining closed captioning. Again, that's kind of big though, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
like,
it's a big score for them to get him, because I don't know who the first guy was.
I don't know. I think he was just one of those TV people.
Mm-hmm.
They got a new showrunner, a new executive producer. It looked really well. The show was really good. I'll read this. Human consciousness can be put into different sleeves, as they call them, making it relatively easy for different actors to play the characters. Basically, yeah, you can switch out to whoever you want to be. Like, the main character originally was an Asian character, and then he became a white dude. And now he's become a black dude. And initially, everyone was kind of annoyed because, like, they're like, "Oh, you cast an Asian guy," and then immediately kicked him off for a white guy. And it's like, no, that's kind of like how it was set within the universe. Like, he just, like, it wasn't one of those ones where it was like, hey, you know, one of those things.
It wasn't like they cast Scarlet.
Yeah. What did I say last week? They were going to announce it. No, it was like they were going to announce her in some... Who was she playing? It was like... It was a bio...
No. She's the star of Disney's Mulan.
No. It was like the biography. It was like, oh, Beyonce. I said that. So when all that stuff with Scarlett Johansson was going on, because she keeps taking these roles of characters she like realistically shouldn't be playing. She played the Asian, then she wanted to play the transgender, and I said, he just said she wants to play Mulan. So then I was like, they're gonna announce next week the biography of Beyonce starring Scarlett Johansson. And like, it's not even a bad joke because like, it's a fucking bad joke. She keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like, I'm an actress, I'm playing a role, and I'm like, yeah, but you're not that. You can't do that. Like, I understand you're acting, but you cannot do that. Oh, he played Tupac in the movie? Mackie. I didn't know that. Well, that's cool. He also played Falcon, I guess, for those of you guys who watch those Marvel movies. They're alright. That was me making a joke. Thanks for playing along. There was one more. That Movie Pass thing is still fucking hysterical. Going down the news. They're bringing back Mythbusters. I thought that was cool. I didn't deep dive into this, but they brought back Adam Savage, and I guess it's geared towards younger kids. It says the 10th episode Mythbusters Jr. will bring with 6 young people who specialize in STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. But I didn't look to see how young the kids were. Mm-hmm. But the thing,
I'm guessing 12 to 15.
Yeah, maybe. They're gonna tackle a myth about duct tape. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to see that, but I just thought that was cool that that they're bringing it back. Because Mythbusters was big.
Oh, it's crazy popular.
And like,
I didn't watch a ton of it, but I
watched a bunch, but then it was like, I was reading an article. Yeah, you just caught random episodes here and there of them trying to like do various things. Holy crap! They did cast a 12-year-old, but he's like a super smart 12-year-old. Yeah, so it's basically been a long time with that. But I'm like, you know what? I don't care, because the cast they had before that was pretty much 12-year-olds. This is just actual 12-year-olds. But seeing them build stuff and test myth and then go like one step farther to see them do it, like it was cool. They did like some of the ones they did were they did movie ones where they were like, could you theoretically do this in a movie? And one of the big ones they did before they ended was Star Wars. So they did the myth of the Han and the Tauntaun. Could they survive in the cold? And then the funniest one they did for that was the rope swing that he does with Leia with that tiny fucking piece of dental floss and swings across the cavern. And they're like, there's no fucking way in hell he could do it. And turns out he couldn't. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, it was dental floss. Like, even popped out a dental floss. My favorite part about that scene is, like, that's just the Stormtrooper belt, right?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was the Stormtrooper going to use this? Like, what tactical thing did they were like, okay, you need this pouch with, like, your extra ammo, battery thing, like maybe a walkie-talkie or something like that. And then they were like, and this rope that you can swing across chasms with. As like, and, like, the Stormtrooper's wearing his heavy-ass armor. What chasm is he in that he's just swinging across shit like he's fucking Spider-Man? Like... please, someone out there, fucking, like, animate that, like, draw it. I just want to see a Stormtrooper in his full fucking getup swinging across something. But you know what? There's a fucking Stormtrooper who, in the movie, hits his head off the goddamn door as it opens. I have no fucking faith this guy can swing across the castle. I love that they, like, instead of, like, trying to fix that scene in the movie, because they didn't notice until, like, much later on that he did it, they fucking added a sound effect to it. And I'm like, way to knock down your fucking villain even farther. They're, like, they already couldn't hit me if I was standing in front of them point fucking blank and shoot me. That, they were like, you know what? This is funny. Let's add a fucking comical effect of him hitting his head. I'm like, this is your main Stormtrooper force. No wonder everyone was trying to uprise against the rebellion. They were defeated by fucking teddy bears. The fucking, what is it, Teddy Ruxpin? Teddy Ruxpin, yeah. They got defeated by fucking Teddy Ruxpin. And that's only because George Lucas didn't think they could afford to do the Wookiees. Because that's what originally it's supposed to be at the end of the movie. It's supposed to be them on the home world of the Ewoks, Kashyyyk. And that's who they were going to fight. That's why in the, is it the second movie? Maybe the third of the new trilogy. No, sorry. The old new trilogy. The prequels.
Revenge?
Yeah. There's that scene where they fight on Kashyyyk and stuff. And that's what the end fight of Return of the Jedi was supposed to look like. And you're like, that makes more fucking sense that they could defeat them. Instead of fucking TJ Ruxpin. And the Care Bears. So Fortnite has helped Epic Games become a company that is now worth $8 billion. Estimated between $5 and $8 billion.
Wow.
Half of this game is free to play.
Because people just dump money.
Oh, yeah. So,
I need to make a free game.
According to Sensor Tower, Fortnite is estimated to earn an average of $2 million per day.
On mobile alone.
Per day. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Per day on fucking mobile alone.
Just mobile.
$2 million on mobile alone.
I need to make a free game.
On a fucking free-to-play game. Just make sure you don't copy the entire source code. And get Warner Brothers to hire you to do it. This is crazy. And it just celebrated its 1 fucking year anniversary. 1 year! I'm sorry to everyone who is listening, because I just yelled in your ear repeatedly. It has made $1 billion from in-game purchases. It completely dominates the Battle Royale thing. It could earn $20 billion next week, or next year. Last month, it had 125 million players. Does it say?
As of last month. Oh, shit. You gonna play? hop on?
Well, see, I don't really want to, but it's one of those things where like a bunch of us who stream might do a stream where we all go into it and play. So there's that. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to be the bandwagon jumper because like I don't really want to play Fortnite. But if everyone's kind of like playing it as like a group thing, I might do it just because it's fun to talk with the people that I interact with when I stream. But if I don't, then fucking way, I'm not touching it. I don't give a shit about this thing. Epic has gained $7 billion in value in the last 6 years. I thought it said how much they were worth because they did when they assessed it in 2012. It was like worth something in the right here. The entire company in I think it was 2012 was estimated at $825 million.
In 2012.
In 2012, yeah.
Now it's $8 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still high. $825 million before Fortnite. What the fuck were they making money from?
That's really. They Epic has released many games and updates due to its popular Unreal Engine. Since 2012, it sold off its Gears of War franchise to Microsoft in 2014. So they did other stuff, but most of it was like their Unreal Engine, obviously. So they licensed out the Unreal Engine, which that's a big fucking moneymaker is having those engines. That the Frost and like I think Ubisoft has no, that's not right. Good thing no one fact checks us on anything. I watch Kind of Funny Games Daily, and they have people who write at the end, and they're like, "You were wrong about this." And I'm like, "Our fucking podcast would just be the second half of the people just correcting everything we got wrong, even when it's right in front of us." But so they did that. But like, shit, to be going from worth in 2012 $825 million to at this point an estimated anywhere between 5 and 8 billion, that is astronomical because like with Fortnite obviously they were able to achieve such success, but like without that I'm sure they would be worth more than what they are now then, but like I don't think anywhere near that. But fucking Fortnite is just a goddamn fucking tank, just steamrolling shit. It is all of like the numbers for playing the game are up. All the numbers for people watching people play the game are up to the point where it's knocked like Dota down, League of Legends down. Just any game you think people watch, people play online, all the crap we don't, they've all been knocked down and this has gone up. Like it is just a fucking juggernaut of a thing. And it's crazy that it is that. It's like... We were talking about, what was it before? What was the other big one? PUBG. Yeah. We were talking, like even a few months ago, we were talking how big PUBG is, that it just kept growing and growing and growing. Out came this game, just fucking steamrolled in. Yep. And a good chunk of that is PUBG's just lazy and doesn't update any of their shit. To where like every time Fortnite does anything, it's fucking massive. Their new seasons of things that they announce and like upgrades, whatever. Yeah, like huge for them and like good for them. I heard someone say they're like the least greedy free to play mobile type of game, and I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. You don't see them like constantly shoving shit down your throat. Like when you play Assassin's Creed Origins, you said all the time, just ads everywhere when I'm in the menu to buy fucking season passes and everything like that. And it's just like, what's the other one? Before they got rid of it, Shadow of Mordor. All the time, it's just ads everywhere. And I'm like, I've already bought your game, piss off. Like, goddamn bastards. But yeah, good for them. Wow, that is just a lot of money I will never see. This was cool. The Nickelodeon has announced Nickelodeon Kart Racers. It's going to feature many characters from their popular characters. It's going to be published by Game Mail Entertainment and developed by Boomerang. I hope it's good, because this would be a fun game to play. Just a bunch of Nickelodeon characters like kart racing. As of right now, it's confirmed that SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy from SpongeBob will be in it. The 4 Ninja Turtles, Hey Arnold, Arnold and Helga from Hey Arnold, and Angelica, Tommy, and Reptar of Rugrats. And the game's going to include characters from 12 shows, have 24 different racetracks for many different things. As of right now, they have Bikini Bottom, the Ninja Turtles New York City sewers, Tommy Pickles' house. I am going cross-eyed.
Arnold's school and more.
Yeah. This is cool. It's going to be out on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Switch on October 23rd.
Oh, wow. It's coming out next month?
Yeah.
Or in a couple months?
Yeah, in a couple months. I'm like, fucking next month? You know what? The way time is going, it'll be next month. Mm-hmm. But this is cool. There's only the picture. There's no trailer or anything right yet. But from the little picture, cool, see the Ninja Turtle in the little cart, SpongeBob.
They went with the 2012.
Which I'm assuming that was a aesthetic choice based on the fact they need this game out. But I could see maybe later on as a skin, the turtles being their new counterparts, maybe in DLC or something. But this is cool. I hope this game is good. These Nickelodeon games have a track record of being like old school movie tie-in games. They're either absolute garbage or they're good. And I would like this game to be good because I think it'd be fun to play. Like, kart racers are fun to play. I've had a blast playing Mario Kart in the last little bit. Because it's one of those games you're just like, you can pick up and play.
Yeah.
Like, the couple weeks ago, I just picked up Mario Kart and I started playing Mario Kart. I love it. This Simpsons comic is ending after 245 issues, announced the publisher. It is one of the longest running comics without being renumbered. 245. It was done by Bongo. Apparently, it's due to the buyout of 20th Century Fox and Disney.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Bongo
one
of the properties affected by the Disney's 21st Century buyout. So what happens next to it, as anyone's guess? Oh, because I guess Marvel could produce their own Simpsons
because
comics.
20th probably owns Bongo, because that's the only time I've ever seen any of these
Well,
things.
they just have their deal with Bongo, right? And then that they just...
Well, I assume from what I gathered from this, 20th Century Fox owns Bongo Comics.
Okay.
Because they say here the SpongeBob comics also is going to take an extended break, which means Nickelodeon owns them, obviously. So Bongo is probably owned by 20th Century, and Marvel's like, we don't need a comic book publisher. We are a comic publisher.
Disney says that. Disney does.
Yeah. Sorry, Disney, the main company, has a comic book publishing arm. They don't need that. So you could theoretically, The Simpsons could be just published under Marvel.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I don't know if I see Disney doing a Simpsons comic. The Simpsons comic seem like a very niche type of people. Maybe they've been working with IDW a lot lately, so maybe IDW does it. That could be interesting. If they want to continue doing SpongeBob, SpongeBob could just be produced by Boom. They do the Power Rangers right now, so that's Nickelodeon, so at least you could get your SpongeBob comics. Why the fuck would you read a SpongeBob comic?
Kids would read it.
You have 800 episodes of a shitty TV show you could watch. I'm like, I guess I should not encourage kids not to read, but it just seems like that would be a weird comic to read. Like The Simpsons I could see, because like, I don't know, I guess. I was just going to say they lend themselves more to storytelling within a comic medium, but I guess SpongeBob could theoretically do the same thing. But don't you watch SpongeBob to watch the annoying sponge be annoying? I don't understand how that show's been on the air for 27 years. Because it is fucking awful. And I don't get it. Justice League Odyssey is finally going to launch. It was announced back a while ago with the other Justice League comics that they had planned to do. And then it just got delayed and delayed and delayed a few more times. I guess they rewrote it, the first couple issues again. So Justice League Odyssey was supposed to follow a team of Jessica Cruz, Starfire, and Darkseid and Azrael, led by Cyborg. It's just another one of those teams that they had to do with the No Justice storyline. And it was supposed to start in July. And it was delayed until August, with the second one supposed to hit in September. And then the next one was supposed to all of that, and then it was delayed till the end of this September. And then now it's kind of launching along with the Doomsday Clock stuff, which is gearing up for its end. Yeah, I guess they probably just tried to fix a bunch of shit that didn't mesh what they had already done.
Yeah.
So I forgot about this book. It was one of the big Justice League titles that was supposed to launch.
Picked up Dark. Justice League Dark.
Yeah. I want to read that whole thing. I'm like a few behind on the Doomsday Clock stuff.
I just got the one to read. They're wordy. You got to really fucking sit down and read them.
They're good reads though. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And
I'm trying to keep up with those ones because I don't want to read 3 and 4 of them because I'm like, fuck, that's like.
Yeah, I have Spider-Man. I have to read the issue that just came out. I'm so far behind. I haven't read comics in a little bit. Do this thing where I get caught up, or at least on one publishing side, I get caught up, and I'm so behind on DC, but I just don't care because like DC is such a good read right now across every book, which is weird fucking to say because like normally you don't read every fucking book, but they're so solid right now. And then to close off, NBA Live 19 for the first time will allow you to create a female character in their single-player campaign, and they will be completely the same as their male counterpart, but allow you to play as a female in that campaign story. Which
so you can so go with me on this. So last year or 2 years ago, you played it. It was directed by Spike Lee. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
So you create that character. You got drafted.
Yeah.
You're going to the NBA. You're doing all. Yeah. They're doing you can do the exact same thing, but with a female character. Yeah. But you'll be playing in the NBA. Yeah. With 6 other men around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It would get. It's just a cool feature to have. Yeah. And it's not like.
It won't take anything from the game, let's be honest. You know the game. You know what I'm saying? Like the game's not going to change.
No, exactly.
To shoot, square to pass.
It's like those people who got pissed off because there was a girl in Battlefield. It's like there's no fucking point in getting mad over that. Who cares? It's still the same fucking game. It's just a female. Relax. Like this is cool because it's not just like what was it, NHL or one of those games added the females to it, but they were in their like separate league or whatever, right? Was it NBA? It was one of those fucking sports games. We talked about it before. But this is cool. Like, yeah, that's obviously cool. But this is cool because it just adds, like, you can play as a female, and it's exactly the same. They're not off in their own separate little mode or anything like that. They're not squared off in their own leagues. And, like, you can create your female and go through the entire game story campaign, which are actually really cool campaigns. Madden had a cool one I wanted to try out. To the point where enough people were like, could you just release this? Like, as a separate thing without all of Madden attached to it. But this, I like this, that it's just another mode and another character you get to play as, and all your stuff continues on the same way you would as if you were a male. And I'm like, good for them for just like, hey, here they are. Like, it's cool. It's cool. Oh, almost forgot. Season 2 of Castlevania trailer dropped today. Looks cool. October 26th, Netflix. I'm excited for that.
You watched the first season?
Yeah, dude, it was really good. It's one of those animes, but like good. And then what else? No, the second trailer for Iron Fist dropped. Looks like more Iron Fist. Shows him like walking down the street and like he sees stuff and he kind of has like PTSD flashbacks to other things. And I thought that was a cool take with Danny's character. I will say this, I do hope they fix Danny's character. He's a little whiny. I guess in season 2 of Luke Cage, I haven't watched yet, I guess they fix his character and make him Luke, not Luke Cage, Danny Rand is in Iron Fist. I guess they fix him and make him a little bit better. Because in the comics, Iron Fist is fucking awesome. But yeah, they fix him in that. You know how a while ago they showed off those pictures of the Marvel characters all mashed together? Like Thor and Iron Man and Spider-Man and Moon Knight and shit. Yeah. I guess those are going to play into their next big event called the Infinity something. They like crises like Disney or DC does, so they just name everything the same. And I guess they're going to those characters will happen in that thing because I guess spoilers. This character Requiem shows up and beheads Thanos, and everyone's like, "Oh, the guy who normally takes all the Infinity Stones is dead. What are we doing?" So it was kind of like turning the thing on their heels. And apparently they're going to kill a Flash in that.
Black Force?
Yeah, in the next event that leads
the Crisis,
in. Yeah. That sounds like it's going to be a good book.
You got to catch up. I gotta watch.
I was reading some stuff that like not necessarily spoilers, but like just
ideas.
I guess like Flash ends up in this because like whatever Flash it is ends up in this because of what happens in Flash Wars, and like he needs Crisis stuff handling, and I guess like Booster Gold's in there, and so is Harley Quinn, and someone kills a bunch of the heroes and villains that are in this sanctuary clinic.
Yeah.
And it's a whole big investigation of who did it, and I guess like Booster and Harley Quinn are suspects in it. But this just seems like I like the idea of this thing. We talked about this before. I like the idea of this, and I like the idea of the story within it. That all these like villains and heroes that some of them like necessarily just hate each other are in this sanctuary where they're getting help for all the shit they have to fucking deal with on a regular goddamn basis.
Yeah.
Like Batman got dumped last week. Okay, watched his kid die or something too. Like, just his kid may not even be his kid. He needs Christless counseling. It's like
counseling.
Some shit I read about Superman. He might need some crisis counseling too. Like, how about not existing for 30 years and then all of a sudden existing again? Like, you're gonna need Christless. I love the idea of that. But on that note, that is everything we had to talk about this week. Look, guys, we have news again. Woo. Yeah. Also, we hit 42 subs. So thank you, everyone, who has subscribed and watched our stuff. We've noticed an upswing, so thank you for that. We will be back next week on the Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. See you later, guys.